This is Season 2, Episode 2 of my modular journey, and today we're going to be talking about the Instruo oct. This is a DivKid collaboration, and it is an 8 analog free-running LFO tuned by ear to be fastest LFOs at the top and slowest LFOs at the bottom. They drift in phase gently and naturally, creating truly dynamic modulations. That is pretty amazing. I got this also around in mid-October along with the Talon here, same shipment. It was about $200 US when I got it. I think it's a little bit more expensive now because of our chip shortage problem. Why did I pick this? I mean, this really is probably a no-brainer because literally every single rack I see on the internet has an oct in it. And if it doesn't, it has something pretty similar, like many LFOs, like Batumi or Stages, something that's all about modulation. And these are just pretty amazing. I've played with this a lot since October. There's a rate knob at the top, which is the speed of all the LFOs below, and again they go slower as they go down. And then there's a CV jack here with a attenuator to go negative or positive from the center. And if you CV this, it actually will modulate this, which then in turn modulates these. There was some pretty crazy modulations going on in my recent patch from scratch, where I had an LFO coming out of this to Ornament and Crime, which was CVing a decay, and then the decay had a second envelope that then came and CV'd oct, and so when the envelope hit, it would change the CV, thus changing the the speed of the envelope here, which changes the envelope here. It was like this amazing, vicious cycle of modulation happening. This was modulating that was modulating this, and the effect was kind of mind-blowing for a newbie like me. It was really, really cool. So I kind of like the fact that you can do that. And then, of course, you can set how much of it with the attenuator, plus or minus. So let me get this in the rack. I don't expect this is going to be a really long video because it's an LFO. I mean, that's kind of what it does. I'll show off the LFOs, I'll show off the CV capabilities, and that's it. All right, let me get it in the rack. All right, so over here we have oct. And let me just grab a quick wire just to show the faster LFO. I'm going to stick it into what is this? Data. Stick this into data, showing a 1 second pulse. So you can see it kind of going up and down there. And that's right now it's the slowest speed. If I speed up the rate, you can see the LFO, of course, speeding up, going faster. So that's the top one there. If I take this out and put it at the, towards the bottom, if I put it at the very bottom, you can see it's a very slow LFO. So you can see by the lights, you got this one blinking at that rate. The one below it is blinking at half the rate, or is a little bit slower. All right, so now you have, I don't know if you can see that on the screen, green trace and blue trace. You can kind of see the blue trace is going not quite half the speed of the green trace. Let me make that a little bit clearer here. There you go. So they're not exactly half the speed all the way down. They drift and change randomly down below, so it's pretty cool. I can plug something in and make some noise. I'm just going to come straight to the mixer from plates. Sorry about that. Let me turn that down for just a moment. Hit my clock. So the fast one, if I take the fast one and I put it into like timbre, for instance, so what you're hearing it doing is it's actually changing the timbre knob, of course, on plats, right? Or plates. Oops, I almost said it right there for a minute. So then if you wanted to do a morph a little bit slower, you'd plug it into one of the lower ones, right? Or what might be something that's a little more obvious? How about model? So now the slow LFO is just changing all of Plate's models. Anyway, if I was to stick a CV in here, like let's grab something out of Batumi up here. I'm going to grab a sine out of Batumi. I'm going to grab a slow one, but a deep one. I'm going to put that into CV here. And then I'm going to turn up the attenuation of oct. So now, based on the sine of Batumi, watch the lights, watch the speed of oct. You'll see what this CV is doing. So it's got a really neat effect that you can use, especially if it's running really slow and you want it to ramp up, pretty slow. So that could be pretty relaxing, huh? Yeah, that's pretty cool. So really, I mean, that's kind of all I really have to show about oct, because it is, again, it's pretty simply an LFO with this opportunity to CV it here and attenuate the amount of CV you want it to change and the rate that you can set. So it's really a great utility, pretty affordable. So that's it for episode 2, the Instruo oct. I'm not sure what's coming up next. Let's do the Make Noise Renee next. What do you say? Sound good? I have to learn how to use this though, so it might be a while. See you in a couple of weeks.